Hello everyone, it's Tuesday, September 9th, and you are looking at a live view of our Falcon 9 rocket awaiting its 9:37 p.m. Eastern Time launch from Space Launch Complex 40 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida. My name is Chris Gebhardt with SpaceX Communications, joining you from Hawthorne, California, and welcome to our live launch coverage of the Nusantara Lima mission. Nusantara Lima will be the newest satellite in Pacific satellite Nusantara's fleet, and the geostationary communications satellite will have the largest capacity in Southeast Asia using very high throughput satellite technology. Indonesia is the world's largest archipelago, with many remote areas that are challenging to reach and provide internet. The Nusantara Lima satellite will be critical to providing essential connectivity across more than 17,000 islands, and we'll have more to share on the satellite and more about today's payload in just a bit. Right now, Falcon 9 is tracking no issues, and the Nusantara Lima payload is healthy. Weather is currently our only watch item with a 60% probability of violation. If for some reason we do have to call a hold on today's launch, we'll have a backup opportunity tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The Falcon 9 team reported on console at T-minus 2 hours and 15 minutes for today's launch attempt and began their final checkouts of the launch vehicle and ground systems at that time. Following that, at about T-minus 1 hour and 45 minutes, final checkout of the flight termination system took place, followed by the chief engineer conducting a technical readiness poll just before the T-minus 1 hour mark in our count. After that, the Falcon team completed a data review of first and second stage propellant checkouts, as well as avionics, guidance, navigation, and control at the T-minus 1 hour mark. At the technical readiness poll, there were no issues, aside from weather, and the team completed a final poll at T-minus 38 minutes to proceed into propellant load and launch. We're expecting to finish up that propellant load in just about at T-minus 2 minutes. So while the countdown continues, let's learn more about today's mission.
Tower, we are go for launch, over.
From Sabang to Merauke, from Miangas to Rote, Indonesia is a vast nation. More than 17,000 islands bound by the sea, separated by distance. Indonesia is not only vast, but rich in culture, heritage, and spirit. Thousands of stories, melodies, and traditions to share with the world. Yet these voices remain unheard, and these treasures unseen. In this island nation, terrestrial networks cannot always reach. Between islands, signals fade, information stops, dreams wait in silence. Yet the sky holds the answer. Satellite networks, limitless in reach, crossing seas and mountains, connecting what was once apart. Nusantara Lima, Indonesia's giant leap. With the largest satellite capacity in Southeast Asia, it brings digital services to every corner of the nation with ease. It paves the way for equal internet access, powering the digital economy and standing as a symbol of our nation's technological progress. More than that, it bridges cultural differences across archipelago and opens a window for Indonesia to share its heritage with the world. Nusantara Lima, powered by PSN, Indonesia's leading satellite company. Continuously ushering the nation into the era of digital transformation. the mission of carrying connectivity across borders, Nusantara Lima's reach spans across the archipelago to the Philippines and Malaysia. It was born from years of dedication, combining world-class expertise, united in one grand vision. From design to reality, every bolt, every circuit, carries a story of perseverance and pride. This collaboration strengthens our sovereignty and places Indonesia shoulder to shoulder on the stage of global technology. From Los Angeles, the skybound Voyager traveled to its launch site. It awaits the moment to fly, carrying the hopes of a nation into the boundless sky. As engines ignite and the Earth falls away, Nusantara Lima lifts all our dreams, breaking the limits of time and space.
Decontamination sequence activated.
Nusantara Lima, a great leap toward equal national connectivity. From the sky to the motherland, uniting us all for generations to come.
And at T-minus 5 minutes and counting, teams continue to watch the weather, specifically anvil clouds near the launch site. While we were in that video package learning about the Nusantara Lima satellite, we also completed propellant load on RP1 for stage 1 and stage 2. Liquid oxygen load continues into both stages of the vehicle. The next major event in our countdown will be the start of the retraction of the transporter erector, or the TE. Now, the TE is the large truss structure behind Falcon 9 on this graphic that you can see on your screen here. And it helps keep the rocket upright when it's on the pad, as well as helps during rollout and lift to the vertical position. For the retraction sequence, we will first see the clamps around the second stage open, and then the TE will begin to pivot back slowly, swinging away from the rocket. And there you can see those cradle arms opening now, just below the payload fairing. And in just a few moments, the TE will pull back a couple of degrees to its pre-launch position, and then it will perform the throwback maneuver where it pulls back to about the 45-degree position right when Falcon 9 lifts off. Now, you might also hear teams call the TE the strong back. It's the same structure, just two different names for the same thing. The TE rolls Falcon 9 out to the pad, raises it vertically, and then stays connected until the final seconds of the countdown. The TE itself provides fuel, power, telemetry, and command connections between the ground systems and the rocket. Coming up here on the T-minus 3-minute mark, teams preparing to close out loading of the liquid oxygen onto both stages of Falcon 9 here. Following the completion of propellant load at T-minus 60 seconds, Falcon 9 will enter startup, at which point the rocket's onboard flight computers have control. From there on, the countdown is fully autonomous. And just inside of T-minus 2 seconds, the 9 Merlin 1D engines at the bottom of Falcon 9's first stage will ignite, and once they're at full power, Falcon 9 will lift off the pad to begin its climb to orbit. Just under 2.5 minutes now till launch, teams continuing to keep an eye on the weather. And in just a few moments, we should be hearing the call out for the completion of liquid oxygen loading on the second stage. Now, you probably noticed the white clouds venting from the rocket. That isn't smoke, that's actually condensation. As the liquid oxygen warms slightly inside of Falcon 9's tanks, some of it boils off, and that gas is vented out to maintain and manage pressure inside the vehicle's tanks. When the vented oxygen hits the warm, humid Florida air, it instantly condenses into clouds, the same principle as your breath on a cold morning, just on a very much bigger scale.
Gas launch, what's up?
And we hear the call out there for ground gas closeout starting. That's just us preparing all of Falcon 9's ground systems for liftoff. Just crossing the 1 minute mark. Falcon 9 is now in control of its countdown. Standing by for a final weather call.
Hold. Launch board is running.
And as you just heard, we did have a hold call due to a weather violation in the area, so we will be standing down from our launch attempt tonight. The vehicle and the payload do remain in good condition and remain healthy, and we do have a backup opportunity scheduled for tomorrow with a launch window.
We have aborted out of the count due to red range for violation of the attached anvil cloud rule, which would not clear by T0.
And a little bit more information there with the violating weather condition not going to clear before T0, our anticipated launch time. So with that, we have scrubbed for today, and we do have a backup opportunity scheduled for tomorrow with an approximately 2-hour-long launch window opening at 8 p.m. Eastern. If you're interested in more launch coverage, be sure to check out spacex.com/launches for the most up-to-date information. As always, thanks for watching, and we hope to see everyone back here for our next attempt.